Welcome to DAE and E D&D. Tonight we are picking up my campaign, which is the Tale of Barntome, I believe. That's what I named my campaign, right? Barntome?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Tale of Barntome. Previous in Barntome, we have a new player. We have Kernervus Splurgen. He will be starting off as Ben, last name to be determined. You will not actually see him today. He's kind of going to be in the background. He might be mentioned now and again, but he's here. Then we have Donnie Danger playing Drusilla Gravemore, the
Hey.
Spellblade.
That's me.
And we have Bork17 playing Kromtech. Did you give your guy a last name?
Alasar. Welcome, everyone.
What the hell?
What?
I'm confused. Did you give him a last name or not?
Yeah, Comtech Balasar.
Oh, Balasar. Okay, there we go.
I said that.
The noise
I don't know.
cancellation got
I
turned
didn't
on.
hear you, and then all of a sudden I heard "Welcome, everyone." I was like,
whoops. Balasar.
So yeah, we got Bork17 playing Kromtech Balasar, which is his new character. Sarah Snow and her tiger ran off into the wilderness because they couldn't stand Drusilla anymore.
Hey.
That's
Hey.
Sarah Snow was about to die. I mean, she went and made the king mad. So, oh, sorry, that's
Yeah.
too much. I'll leave that to you.
Okay, so we got a pretty brief recap. Any of you who have listened to the last season of Barntome may have realized I was in a bit of a funk, having a lot of writer's block, having a lot of personal problems, so we really didn't do much. Sarah Snow and Drusilla had some escapades in the Huh?
Before you start your recap, announcements. We can't play on Friday next week, so we'll have to do Wednesday or Thursday.
Depends on if I'm working overtime or not.
1 second. Sorry, I got dinner.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hello.
Katie.
Katie says hi. We can't do whatever we plan for next week. It just can't be Friday because I'll be leaving Friday.
Where are you going?
We have an indoor disc golf tournament.
Ew, fun.
So, it's kind of like a glorified putting range or putting challenge.
Still fun. Okay, back to it. Sarah Snow and Drusilla were in the capital city. They were trying to set up for the next monster wave. They also went down and explored the new Lizard City, which got its beginnings from their work in the past. Again, anybody who watched the last season of my tale will understand that part, at least as much as we do. And then they went back to the main city. Sarah pissed off the king, who turns out to be the golden dragon, who is either under some sort of spell or just going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, one or the other. Drusilla pissed off Malice and his whole holier-than-thou church, which also pissed off Drusilla, and that just started a whole big feud. They finally settled the Beast Wave, and then Sarah Snow went her own way, chasing a shadow man. Drusilla decided she wanted to be alone and go in a cave and study alone forever. But then saw some dude sitting on a bench waiting for a bus and decided to ride the caravan with him. So that's how Kromtech got brought into this. Sarah's wanting to be alone, or Drusilla's wanting to be alone lasted for that long.
Hey, call it a hunch.
1 episode. Half an episode.
Then Kromtech and Drusilla got on the road, the caravan heading southwest towards the mountains. And I believe we ended with them on the road. I believe we had one fight just so Bork could test out some of his abilities. But we hadn't really even ironed out all of his abilities yet, though, so...
No, we didn't have it.
Kind of bad.
We didn't even have a fight.
Oh.
All we had was like a dick measuring contest.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was.
Where we were
that
just
was about it.
casting spells next to the caravan as we're going down the country road.
Yeah, this is pretty much it. He threw out a fireball. It was big. I'm like, no. Watch this. This is how you make a fireball.
Yeah.
I will say
And that leaves.
to add to it, we were always told like we were wanted from the higher where the palace was, and I don't even remember how the fuck I made it there. I know I was caught at one point. I think I actually
You were actually caught by the captain of the guards, and you convinced him to allow you to enter. Convinced him that you meant no harm, and that you had business to handle there, and he was going to take you to see the council, who unofficially rule everything while the king is in his cuckoo for Cocoa Puff state. And you ended up finding the king's little chamber because you went off on your own, and that's where he turned your hand to gold.
Oh, that's right. I thought I convinced him to bring me to the king. Be like, yeah, you caught me. Now bring me to the king.
No, you convinced he took you to the he was taking you to see the council. And then you did see the council, and they gave you an ultimatum. You had to agree to a contract with them to allow the next siege to fail. And if you didn't, you would become a wanted person with a bounty on your head. And you obviously did not allow the siege to fail.
It did fail though.
I mean, it did
No, it
fail,
didn't.
but I did not willingly allow it to fail, and then that's partially why I ran.
The
Okay.
siege didn't fail. You stopped
They
it.
didn't. I thought they paraded through the streets. They broke the barrier and they started.
No, the other side came in
No.
and saved us.
Yeah, Malice came and saved you guys.
Oh right.
You were fighting the giant, and in all fairness, Sarah Snow almost had it dead, but you hit your turn limit that I had set up, and Malice came in and finished it off. And Drusilla was having like a emotional crisis because she lost like 3 or 4 of her guys.
Yeah, that was a very weird battle. Like we thought, like we were about to have it, and then like all of a sudden you like, yeah, no, I'm gonna call DM law, and then
I had set a turn limit.
well,
There
yeah,
was-
and then you kind of just like screwed us over. did
She
not.
still won.
Um,
Oh,
and then like yeah, you set like DM law, and then all of a sudden shit started going downhill, and then Malice came in and just saved the, which was wonderful for Drusilla, who was against him.
Like not, yeah, she was having problems.
oh wait. I don't think it was Malice that came and saved us. I think it was. Sybil.
Might have been.
They
Might
were
have been Sybil.
they were pretty much everyone except us were on the other side, and then
Yeah.
they came by, they killed everything, and we're like, how the fuck can you guys do that? And they're like, nothing came on our side, everything came on your side and just decided to destroy you.
That was to set the point that you guys were being targeted by the man in the shadows that Sarah had a conversation with.
Oh yeah,
He was targeting you two specifically.
I also sprinted in, like the walls were crumbling, and I decided to run and sprint into the fog. See ya, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find out what this fog is all about.
Yeah. I thought you were dead. I was like, oh no, she's a goner. Just
Excuse
what
me.
I needed. More dead people today.
I just wanted that that movie scene where I'm just like the dust is settling, I just come walking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that gives us our recap, and we're gonna pick it up with Kromtech and Drusilla. I'm gonna have issues. I'm gonna try to curb it, but I'm probably gonna call Bork Sarah a couple times here and there, just because of, he's been Sarah for what, 8 years now.
Damn near.
So it'll probably happen. But anyway, Kromtech and Drusilla are still in the caravan, and they're heading
1 second.
southeast. 1,000.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so Kromtech and Drusilla are heading southeast. I had a map of this land but I don't know if it got lost in my move or what. But I will get with Donnie Danger and see if we can draw up another one so that we can have a point of reference for people who are watching on the streams. Anyway, southeast towards the mountains. They've been traveling for about 2 days, and they've been having their little pissing contest. Here, I'm actually going to sit back for a minute and let you guys kind of RP your conversations through the 2 days. Doesn't have to be anything too extravagant, but you know, your characters are going to get to know each other while you're traveling, so get to know each other.
Well, I'm sitting down watching the latest blast from our fireball contest. Smug. Cromtech. Do you see that? Mine was bigger.
Can we? I don't remember how it actually ended, okay, but I know it did end at a certain point. Can we just skip to like a short time after that?
Sure, go for it.
I remember that like, the fireballs weren't the only thing that we casted. There was a whole bunch more after that.
Yeah.
Because like you started like challenging me in fire, and my whole basis is fire, so I would have just went off the rails if you.
I think we did have you kind of getting close to your enraged fire as well. Not quite there, but like you were getting pushed.
Yeah, and then I realized all she could do is cast a fireball, so it wasn't worth my time.
Something like that.
So skipping past the pissing contest.
How far past? Where are we now?
Like I said, you guys are traveling for like 2 days, so.
Okay. So, just sitting there in the carriage. Promtech, you said you wanted world domination, if I remember. Yes?
I wouldn't call it world domination myself. It'd be more of a correcting what's wrong in the world. Yes.
Well, color me intrigued. Please elaborate.
I unlock the power from within me, and I fix the problem. Done deal.
Okay, I mean, like, obviously, I'm still a little confused. What's wrong with the world? And what are you gonna do?
Crime, deception, ignorance, all of that. I haven't got that far, but I know I'm not strong enough yet.
Well, in that case, you and me have at least one thing in common.
How so?
See, I too seek world domination, though for different reasons, and I too am not strong enough to do so. I've come to terms with that, and it took quite a while to get there. So, how about we form temporary alliance? Say we go to the next town, some people are committing crimes, injustices, and you want to wrong it.
You want to wrong it?
You want to right that wrong. Maybe you wouldn't be opposed to having a little tag along. I could watch from the sidelines, maybe assist you. Let me see what you're all about.
I mean, I am not at all opposed to ignoring a town that needs help, but I am on a mission. I do have something of a plan, or at least the breadcrumbs. That's the main point. I don't know where that's going to lead, but that's the start I have.
Curious.
If the town we're in does have an issue, sure, I'll help. I don't know you well enough to, an alliance is a bonding type, like, it's a bond with people and or places. You and I have known each other for half a day's travel, not even.
Wouldn't say an alliance is really a deep bond.
Then you and I have two very different views of alliances. When it comes
Either
to an
way.
alliance, it's the same. If you make an alliance with someone, it's pretty much saying, I will take a sword for that person. Why would you
And
treat
that's
that lightly?
Oh, please. I want to take over the world. What's playing sword for hire compared to that? It's light. It's nothing to me.
So if you have someone who you worked with for the majority of the work, you've been hand in hand, you're just about done, and you're been through thick and thin with this person, that final hurdle, you'd be willing to stab that person? You just walk right over the top of them?
Hey, let's cool the jets there a little bit, Cromtech. I didn't mean anything that serious, so just meant.
You brought up the alliance. I'm telling you, that's what an alliance means to me.
I'm not going to stab you in your back if that's what you're asking.
I mean, you'd have to try. But good to know. At least right now.
Consider me a hired sword at the very least, if that's easier to digest for you. And my wage is free. My only term is that your injustices that you're wronging involve monsters. See, I have a bit of a theory, and it involves fighting things of the sort. You know, goblins and such.
I pause and think for a while. I have reason to believe that the stuff I am fighting or looking to fight are more than just mere goblins. More than just stuff you spit at or turn your cheek to.
Very well, if you're so confident that goblins seem like small beans to you, all the better. Like I said, all I want is some kind of monster.
Yeah. I'll think on it. Suppose you could tag along.
Well, sounds good to me, Cromtech.
And then I wait till the next day before talking as I ponder and I read my book.
For the duration of that time, I too open a book. Pages are blank, and I pull out a pen. And I stare at it, and it kind of looks like I'm about to write something. I keep pulling it away and pondering. Keep putting my pen to it. Pulling it away. And that's just kind of me for the duration of the next day, unless Cromtech says anything.
All right. Well, you can see, anybody who's listening, that Drusilla has a very off-putting personality for most people. But it seems like Crown Tech is going to be giving her a run for her money. So this should be interesting. Okay, you guys spend the 2 days traveling. I'm imagining there's some more idle gossip. Not really too much,
I was
but
about to start before you jumped in.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Unless you want to wrap up our 2-day travel that way.
No, it's up to you. I just figured you two were done.
I want to hear what Kromtech has to say.
No.
Do it.
So whatever the weather is the next day, like I wake up and I pull out my journal, start writing. Day 138. I'm stuck in this caravan with this very peculiar person who has some sort of attachment to me already. I'm not really sure how to deal with this. Worried it might be interfering with my plans. She goes by the name Drusilla. Pretty big. She talks like she's a big spellcaster, but I heard laughter from within. Too bad there's another day and a half of this travel, but so far the continuation in this land was interesting. I put my pen down, and after a little bit, I'm like, so, Drusilla.
I look up from my book. Yes, Kromtech.
So, who are you?
No, why I didn't tell you yet. I'm the great and terrible Drusilla Gravemore, inheritor of this lofty blade. And I unsheath it, gaze upon its terrible metal. This is the blade of Dreadfall. Zern Dreadfall.
Wait, do we already do this?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, well, I meant like, I interrupt you as you start saying that. I'm like, wait, no. We did that part. But really, who are you? I already know who you say you are and what your goal is, but who are you?
Terrible sorcerer who's going to rule the world someday and cast it in a shroud of darkness and despair? Droves of people are going to flee at the sound of my very name? Does that suffice?
No, that's more of a goal. I just want to know, like, who are you?
Right now, like I said, not that strong. Call me sorcerer in training.
Yeah, but that's what you do. But deep down, who are you?
Deep down?
But inside, like you yourself. Who are you?
Okay, meta-wise, I'm going to step in here because I pay a lot of attention to Drusilla because she is one of my favorite characters. And I don't know if Donnie Danger pays as much attention to his own character. But there is a part of Drusilla's backstory that he tends to forget sometimes until it's important. And I believe it's important at this point. Drusilla was also raised somewhat by a Dark Lord who valued his minions. And he treated them with kindness and care, which is why she has the problem of good and evil. And I think that can kind of key into what Kromtech is talking about right now, is because on the inside, Drusilla is not actually evil. She's a good person who cares about her minions.
Of course. Kromtech. I think for now, the best answer I have to that, I want to show the world that evil doesn't have to be that evil. You know what I mean? It can have honor to it. I want people to see that heroes aren't all that.
Are
You
you
know?
are you referring to like an honor amongst thieves type of thing?
Oh, a bit more grand than that. The Dark Overlords, the big bads you read in all those fantasy stories where the hero vanquishes them and saves the land. I want to flip the coin on its head. I want people to see that heroes can be just as fucked up as all those bad guys out there, and the bad guys can sometimes be the ones who are making things better. All those monsters out there, the ones that people fear and run from, they could be unfortunate, sometimes more unfortunate and more helpless than the people who fear them. That's the kind of Dark Lord I want to be. That's, deep down, who I think I am.
Well, maybe you just might need to think on it a little more. Yeah.
Okay, I guess that wasn't the best answer then. Fine, Cromtech, I'll think on it.
Okay.
But who are you deep down? You get to ask me such a personal question, so do I.
I am a or a collection of molecules, and with magic coursing through it, all working together to working together for one goal, in collaboration and in unison. And that goal is just more knowledge. So,
Oh, well, in
I'm a
that case, I'm
searcher,
just...
but I'm also a living being who just is an addict for knowledge. Why are you looking at me that way?
not sure where you're going with that. That was a bit of a surprising answer. And an open-ended one, too. I think you're going to need to think about it yourself.
I don't know. I was ready for the question. I wouldn't have. I would not have asked you the question if I didn't have an answer for it when you rebutted. And ask me the same one.
Or now, forget what I just said. I'm just a brain and a skull attached to a body with a sword.
Typical Drusilla right there. Mimicry at the best.
Cromcheck just chuckled. He was okay. That's fair. I think starts reading his book again.
This guy. I go back to trying to write what I just can't seem to get.
I'm good in terms of role playing now.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So, we've done their role playing. Like I said, about 2 days of travel. Nothing really bad happens. I mean, it's a well-traveled road. It's a well-known city. You get there, like I said, about 2 days of travel, and here we go. Bam. This is the city. You guys are going to be starting about here. As the carriage starts to top the hill, you notice these giant walls and two huge statues holding up what looks to be a dragon skull, and it's huge. It makes the capital look like a small town. It's not quite at the base of the eastern or the western mountain ranges, but you can see the mountains towering over the walls in the distance a little bit past them. The caravan pulls up to the grand entrance right underneath the statues with a weird dragon skull, and he kind of pulls to the side and tells you guys, "Oh, we're here. Time to get out. We can't enter the city. Only foot travel goes in."
Um, I get
Okay.
out and I look around. I'm a little confused. Oh, I was not paying attention to our route. Meta-wise, do I have any understanding of where we're at?
The southwestern portion of the continent. It's just at the base of the mountains. You personally have never been to this city. Even in the old timeline, you've never been to this city. You never really traveled to this area of the map, so your character doesn't really know much about it. But yeah, that's where you're at. Southwestern part of the map.
Cabby, what's the name of this city?
Slurg.
Flurg with an F?
Slurg with an S.
Oh, Slurg.
Bless
I
you.
swear that was bigger. There we go. I don't know why that shrunk. There it is. Slurg.
Bless you.
Bite me.
Promtech, I don't think he's sneezing.
Oh,
It's just,
apologies.
You can't talk to the DM.
Is there anything you can tell us about this place, Cabby? Warnings, places of interest?
This is the arena town, girl. People come here to fight, kill monsters, kill other people, worship at the church of slaughter. It's all about the fight here.
Oh my god, I think I'm in heaven. Yes, this will be a great place to restart my little journey. Thank you, Cabby. Oh, be on your way.
He flips you off when you say that.
I
Yeah.
follow out and
Big girl.
make my way through. I go or I go to him. I'm like, well, thank you, sir, for the wonderful travels. No bandits, no nothing in to deal with. It was much refreshing. And I hand him a tip.
I never gave you money, did I?
Well, subtract a tip. Well, only the tip.
That's what she said.
And I
Okay.
I kind of just walk forward.
Yeah.
Seen it. Is this city? Since none of us have been there, are we in like we're at the base of the mountains before like the?
No, like I said, it's
Is it
not
wooded
quite
area
at the
or
base of the
whatever?
mountains. It's not at the base of the mountains. You can see behind. If you're looking at the wall, you can see the mountains towering over because you can't really see past the walls. But meta-wise, the mountains are probably still a good 20, 30 miles away from the city.
Okay. Was it like wooded and stuff around the city, or was it mostly grass?
I think this area was more, if I remember correctly from the map, more hilly, hills and plains and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Okay. Thank you.
Like Badlands past the city, right before the mountains, probably.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, I'm a little bit behind, but I'm following Drusilla inward.
Okay, as you approach the gate, you notice, oddly enough, there's no guards. There's nobody really watching. There's foot traffic in and out. People are coming and going. People look like they've been beat to hell. Other people look like they just won the fucking lottery.
This is refreshing. A far cry from the capital, with its hordes of useless guards and soldiers all over the place, blocking every pathway. All right, let's go straight on in.
Yeah.
As you enter,
I make note of the different mental states and the different looking people, but yeah, I follow in.
okay. As you enter, there's a little booth off to the left. If you want, it says information. General information. Nobody's manning it. It's just a wall with some fucking posters on it and shit. You see a road sign ahead of you. It points to the right, says shopping. Points to the left, it says arena and poor people. It literally says arena and poor people. And then that's it. And then there's a walkway straight ahead of you that leads to a big door leading into this massive bone building you see in front of you.
Oh, do we start at the grand entrance, right, or the east gate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grand entrance.
I take a look at the board, try to get a lay of
There you go.
where I'm supposed to be headed next, type of thing.
Can you move your character, Bork? I don't know if I don't remember if I set up permissions or
I'm good.
not. You can move him?
Yep.
But he hasn't moved.
I moved and then moved back.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Sorry, now what did you say? I was distracted.
Can I look at the board and see if like it has any more directions or like a layout of the city?
It does. The board has a very general map. And it's very crude writing, just like the sign was. It's Rich Merchants area, and it's got a highlighted area in the upper west. The marketplace is the highlighted area, or upper east. The marketplace is highlighted, and that's in the east. And then it's got the poor area, and that it doesn't say in the south. It says base of the Dragon Neck. It has the grand arena entrance, which is at the front of the arena. The monster... Shit, I forgot to make that one bigger. There we go. The monster pens are in the east, and the noble quarter, which is actually pretty small for a city this size, is in the northeast section. And then a big circle says, the only place that matters, the arena and the Church of Slaughter.
Does it have the names of like the places where, like, when you look at a map and you see road leaving a gate, does it have like a what's that direction type of thing as well?
No.
Okay.
This isn't like really in depth. It looks like a 5-year-old drew it kind of thing.
I guess I'm good looking at the board now.
Okay. Now meta-wise, you did look at the board, so you'll know there are inns located in the marketplace, in the poor districts. That's about the only places you're going to find for inns. Any shopping is going to be located in the marketplace. Any trying to get in, it also says that like the rich merchants area and the noble corridor are permission only areas. So you can choose to head into the poor district and look for an inn, or into the marketplace, look for a bar and the marketplace inn. Your choice.
Just standing there. I'll leave this one to you, Cromtech. I'm basically a hired sword for now, like we said.
I don't know if we agreed that was going to be your only task. I said you could take along. I didn't say we were working together.
Can't very well tag along if I don't know where you're going.
Well, that makes two of us.
Oh, shit. Really? Okay. How about the arena entrance? Does it sound like a bad place to check out?
Yeah. Is it late in the day, or is like the
Midday.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm okay with that. If Drusilla says she's headed to the arena entrance, I'll follow along or take along.
Okay.
But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be like paging through the book to see if my direction is the city or if I have to move past it.
Your book is guiding you, as well as your inner spirit, actually into the mountains.
Okay. Good to know. Huh? I took him out at 7 of 5.
Okay, so to get to the arena entrance, Not the fighter's entrance, because you're not signed up to fight yet. Make that big too. I should make these a different color. Black apparently does not work. Nope. Nope. That works. You head up towards the fighter entrance at first, but then you quickly take a left heading west towards the actual arena entrance. As you're approaching the entrance, you notice, well, you obviously already noticed, but you get a better look that these aren't just like stone carvings, they're actual bones that are encasing the arena. And this is like an actual dragon's neck bone. And these are like the ribs and everything.
As we're walking there, and I realize that, I pull out my sword and I start talking to it. Zern, are you familiar with this dragon?
He goes, yes and no. We've all heard the tales of the dragon who offered his body to the followers of Slaughter. He was on an age. He was a great, large dragon, and he swore that if anybody from the church could kill him, his bones would be used to build their next arena. And it happened. Don't know his name, though. This is a story older than even me.
Damn. As big as he was, I wouldn't be surprised if the city was named Slurg because it's made of him.
It very well may be, child. What am I, your fucking... God damn it.
Historian.
I can't think of the word. There you go, historian.
Basically, Grandpa. Now get back in the sheath.
He curses you out vehemently.
Okay,
so
meta-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Was I close enough to hear that? No, not.
Well, Zern only talks out loud when he wants to, otherwise it's telepathic.
Yeah.
If Drusilla was talking out loud, then that's a different story, but you'd have to ask Drusilla if she was talking out loud.
I'd say I was. I'm kind of in a no fucks mood right now, so I was just speaking out loud.
You heard Drusilla asking random questions to the air.
Well, I know something. I know a secret about the sword type of thing because I did hold it and stuff. But like,
yeah.
So we did all that part at the end of the last one. Okay, I was just wondering if I overheard Drusilla, because if I did, then I would be like kind of like paging through my book and stuff, and then like as we're walking, and then I would hear that and then start chuckling because yeah.
Okay.
Do I hear Cromtech chuckling?
You're walking right next to each other, so unless Cromtech is purposely not trying to make you hear, then yes, you hear it.
Yeah, I'm close enough to you hear me.
What's so funny about a giant dead dragon?
I'm just laughing at you getting mad at your sword.
Oh, well, he's an asshole. There's no surprise there.
I'm not denying that. It's still funny. But
Pleb, that's your takeaway.
From my point of view. But yeah, I'm good until we get to the entrance then.
Okay. As you guys approach the entrance, you notice it's basically just a big old hole carved in. There's no doors, there's no guards. It's just an entryway, and as you go in, it's at first it's really dark, and then you come to an area that's lit by torches, and in the center is a desk with a lady sitting behind it. There we go. She kind of waves you two over.
I walk
up, yeah.
She goes, howdy, folks. You new to town?
Yes, yes, lady, I am.
Is it really that obvious?
Well, every newbie comes to town. The first thing they got to do is come to this giant bone building.
It does kind of draw a person's attention.
It's a spectacular creation, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. The only downside is all our men folk are fucking idiots. And she goes, can I get interest you two in watching the next match? I believe our current champion is up next.
Hell, why not? Why not eye up the competition before we step into the ring?
She raises an eyebrow to you and goes, oh, fancy yourself a fighter, huh? Well, in a couple days now, we got a tournament where even newbies are allowed to enter. It's a 5 gold entry fee, but if you make it all the way to the top 10, you get your money back, and if you win, we double it.
Doesn't sound bad. What kind of things do we face in the arena?
Oh, at first you'll be fighting monsters, mainly monsters. And then once you're in the top 10, you'll fight the other top 10, and then the winner takes the pot.
I like that. I like that quite a bit.
Hey, if you said a 5 gold buy-in.
Yeah, I know.
And
I messed it up.
How much is the grand prize?
It would be... Well, it depends on how many people buy in, but for the sake of gaming, we're going to say a 15 gold win out because the top 10 do get their money back.
I mean, this is also the beginner tourney that we're talking about here.
Oh, no. This isn't beginner. This is everybody. Everybody fights in this.
Oh, shit.
Champion will be there, too.
Okay, I've fought champions before. Like, how strong is this guy?
Well, pay your 5 silver entry fee and go watch for yourself.
God damn it. All right, let's see what this guy's all about.
Yes, I too would
Drusilla,
like to.
you actually have to, get rid of your money. Crown Tech, I still got to give you money. Here, we'll start you off with gold pieces. 75.
How much did you say it was to spectate?
5 silver.
Very reasonable.
5.
Yes, I would like to partake in watching the festivities as well.
Okay, there. Now you can take the money out of your own as well. So you guys pay your 5 silver. God damn it! Now I got the stupid drawl stuck in my head. I didn't even mean to do it in the first place.
Just keep switching accents. Switch.
I really did not mean to do it, but when I started talking, it came out. Anyway, you enter the arena. It's packed. This is about the champion's about to fight, so everybody's there. You notice one thing that's kind of curious is all the men are sitting around and they look bruised and beaten and battered and like they just got done fighting themselves. All the ones you can see. But the women are walking around and actually working. They're the ones hawking peanuts or whatever the hell fantasy version of peanuts it is for the arena fight. And they're the ones selling drinks and manning the booths that are selling food. And so it seems like so far your attention is that men are only worth fighting while the women in the city are the ones doing all the work. And as you've walked through town, you've noticed that as well. The men folk really aren't around, but the women are. All the men apparently are in this arena right now.
Even the ones in the spectator seats are all bruised and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm just kind of looking around as I walk through the spectator seats, like... it's just like a little, slack.
As you sit, you actually notice there's 5 or 10 different, squared off arena areas in this giant bowl. And that each one of these, 10 arenas has combat going on, a group of people fighting monsters or person on person. And each one has a ref and then a circle of what you assume to be, Ozinet helpers, healers, shield people keeping up shields, stuff like that. They're all around these. Each arena is manned by 20 workers and then has its people and monsters inside of it fighting as well.
So it's kind of like a playground fight scenario where the walls of the arena is actually the other bodies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I walk around until I find a empty spot hope preferably a little closer.
You find one. I'm assuming Drusilla tags along like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
I
You
go
find
just off the seat and sit down and kind of just take a survey of the different fights going on.
and like I said, there's a mixture. There's team fights, there's solo fights, there's people on people, people on monster. There's even a couple where it looks like it's monster on monster.
I'm using I'm actually going to use one of my skills right now because I'm legitimately curious. Knowledge monster.
Go for it. What are you trying to find out?
What monsters are in the ring?
Right now, it's go ahead and use the skill. Make a roll for it, and I guess I'll give you detail. Wow, you suck.
What's new?
Drusilla rolls a nat 1 again. Anyway, so you see, it's pretty common. There's kobolds, there's wolves, there's goblins. Um, the center arena, which is actually floating above the other arenas a little bit, seems to have some sort of wall. And if you'd rolled higher, I would have given you a little more than that. But you're assuming, just because you know a little bit about monsters, that there's a monster inside of that. Other than that, it's pretty common fodder monsters. Nothing really extravagant. These are just prelims warming the crowd up for the champion fight that's coming up.
I kind of just appreciate the irony, we call them monsters, but here we are, kobolds. They're capable of speech. They're practically sentient, and here they are being rounded up for a basically slaughter for amusement.
Make a perception check after saying that.
What's the modifier?
Perception is charisma.
Charisma, because he's weird.
I am. You love me.
I don't mind it. I think it makes a kind of sense, 18.
Not bad. You actually notice, with the combination of your charisma and the fact that you were paying attention to these specifically, the kobolds seem stronger than the kobolds you know of. They're actually bigger. They seem to be fighting a little bit more coordinated than the pack animals you have fought before. And the adventurers they're fighting, well, the arena men they're fighting, are losing pretty badly. And they're about to be pulled out. You actually see a wall go up in between them and the kobolds, pulling them out. And at that moment, you hear over the announcer, this is the megaphone, that Team Kobold has beaten their 5th team in a row. And how are these amazing monsters still going? How can nobody defeat Team Kobold?
What?
Yep.
I throw my hands on my knees and I lean forward. Woo, go Team Kobold!
At that point, I would have I was just searching around. At that point, I kind of I want to pay attention. Is it like 1 versus 1 type of thing, or is it 1 versus a pack?
No, Kobold is team on team.
Okay.
So it's a team of 5 kobolds versus a team of 3 adventurers.
Okay. While I wait for the next battle to start there, I want to look around and specifically find. I'll have to roll high perception, I swear. But I specifically want to find a battle, like if it's a person on person or like a 2v1, where like the one person is losing, but their opponent has like a clear tell. That like if it was abused, it would turn the tides of the battle.
So basically, you're trying to see if you just scout your enemy's weaknesses.
Yes.
Go for it. Roll. See what you get. You don't. You see a couple decent battles. Some, like you said, it's human on human, 1 versus 1, or 2 versus 2, or 2 versus 1, and you see a couple that are unexpected losses, and you don't really know how the people lost, but you weren't able to fully watch the fight enough to get the weakness you were looking for, or the tell, as you put it.
Okay, I'll wait and keep searching.
Okay, so as these battles start to wind down, you see the center arena, the biggest one, the one that's kind of floating all over the other ones. It actually rises up a bit more. And then back against the wall of the Church of Slaughter, a projection of that arena is lit up so everybody can see it. It's huge. And in there, all you see is a stone wall, the stone cube that's in the middle, and then a shimmer of light and this half-naked guy who's already, for some unknown reason, covered in blood, standing there. And he's just standing there. He doesn't look, he's not appealing to the crowd. He's not playing it up. He's just standing there waiting. Did we, meta-wise, Nervous Blurgan, did we give you a weapon? Wrapped fists. Okay. So, he's not wearing much armor. He's covered in blood. You can see kind of, if you pay attention, you can see his fists are wrapped in a sort of gauze. But that is also covered in blood. It makes the details hard to make out. And you hear over the announcements, now entering the arena, primary arena where he fights every day for the last 2 years. Ben, last name to be determined, the Bloodbarian. And today, his enemy will be a tough one. See, he's going to be fighting, and then the walls on the cube drop. 5 skeleton warriors. You actually see Ben isn't too happy about this fight. You don't know why. You just know he's not. And then, I think, honestly, we're going to cut it there because I actually do want Ben to do this fight, but I haven't fully made it up. So, I know it's a little bit of a shorter session, and I kind of backed myself into a wall on this one, but I think we'll start off next session with that fight.
I mean, I was willing to re-roll again for that perception because I really wanted to do something.
You're welcome to try. I mean, I don't have anything else, so go for it. Better. So it's, we'll rewind a bit just before this platform went up, and you managed to catch one ring where there's a one-on-one. There seems to be a rogue type and a regular fighter type going at it. And you notice that the rogue type, which now I have to make a rogue fighter. You're a dick. The rogue type, just before he activates his pseudo, it's not quite blink, but it's the rogue's version of a blink step. Just before he activates it, you notice that he has a gate in his step. And that's a clear tell that he's about to use his blink step.
Okay. He's the person who's fighting, like, losing. Like, I can tell he's losing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's losing because he can't get his hands on the guy.
I'm gonna attempt to telepathically send him, like, what does he do in his feet?
Like a gate in his step. It's like a hitch. Like when he takes the step to do the blink step, it's noticeably different than regular.
All right. Well, I'll say I'll start, like, watch his right foot. It's further out when he blinks.
When you first say this, it actually causes the fighter a bit of problems because he starts looking around, and then after he gets stabbed one more time, he actually starts paying attention, and he notices that you're right. So just when the rogue goes to take his next blink step, he actually twirls and cuts into the rogue's arm. It doesn't end the fight, but it starts to even the fight out. But also at that moment, you see notice that a guard is coming up to you. It's another woman. She's clad in armor, head to toe. You can feel the magic permeating from her enchanted gear. And she comes up to you and she taps you on the shoulder and goes, "For my records, you're new here. But you get one warning. Tamper in a fight again, and you'll be the one fighting the champion next. And there will be no guardians to make sure you don't die."
Whoa, slow down. He walked in here with me. He's just been sitting there.
Before Drusilla decides to say something, I turn as she's saying that, and I look to her. I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you here to provide refreshments, or do I have to get back up and lose my seat?
She scowls at you and goes, "We know what you did, sir. The arena's tamper is not only enchanted, but we have the god of slaughter watching over to make sure these fights are fair. Now, again, it is your warning. Do it again, sir, and there will be consequences." And before you can say anything else and make another smart-ass comment, she disappears. Like, legit just vanishes.
Promtech, did I miss something?
I don't know what she's talking about. I was just looking at that fight over there, and I was watching the that rogue was doing something. He had like a hitch, but he kept using the same move over and over, and it was like frustrating. Because it's one thing if you're best someone, that's one thing. But if you're kind of abusing someone's inability to, like, if purposely, like, using a particular skill just to, like, dwarf the other person's ability, it's a problem. And then I don't know, the fighter must have picked up on it or something, but I don't know. I was very intently. I was just thinking. I'm like, I noticed it, and I was thinking it, and I'm like, if only he knew this tell or this hitch that I see.
I kind of just narrow my eyes. Hope this isn't more trouble than it's worth. I just need someone strong to tag along with. Okay, Cromtech. Clearly that woman was mistaken.
Apparently so. I didn't cast any spells. So they must have been I'm kind of like, I stumble for a second and I'm like, must have been talking about the person, like someone around us, but I don't know why they singled me out. Probably because of the way I look.
Yeah. Racism is pretty common. And you do have a pretty distinct look, so that could very well be it.
I mean, I wasn't going that far, but yeah. I kind of like say up. I'm like, well, or say off into the void, like, well, thank you for the warning. I won't do nothing again. And I kind of just chuckle it off.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's all I wanted to do. But no, now I'm psyched to see what happens here.
Yeah. I think it'll be, like I said, I kind of backed myself into the corner with that one. I was flying by the seat of my pants and all that jazz. But
well, you rushed us a little bit, I guess. I guess you just rushed us a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Just kind of happened.
Hey, I get it. First session in a long while, you got to set the stage. Once it's set, you got to get a first act. It's going to be next session, I bet.
It will.
So
we're going to be starting off with Ben, last name to be determined. You really got to come up with a last name, man. I can't keep saying that.
Ben TBD. Sorry, you were gonna say something? Never spoken.
Oh no.
Oh, I was gonna. So the actual situation, was he on top of the cube, or was the cube just kind of like?
No, the cube is just in the arena. It's like a big box on its side of the arena, and he was on the other side.
Oh, so they're
So-
in the cube, and he's on the other side facing them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Visually speaking, is the arena kind of like a bunch of like shifting plates, I guess?
No, the arena's on the bottom floor. They're on the ground. There's, like I said, 10 separate arenas, each with their own area. The main arena is, a big ass fucking circle that actually floats above the 10 bottom arenas. And then when somebody's fighting on that arena, it floats even higher. And then it's projected on the Church of Slaughter.
Is a projection like magic flames with images upon it?
No, it's like a big TV.
Oh, that's pretty nuts.
I'm just going with big old TV, like sports arena production kind of thing.
Pretty wild magic. Okay.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Just a big sports arena. Don't gotta be all complicated about it.
Yeah.
No, I meant. So go ahead.
Haven't seen a Megatron. Like,
I'm confused, as
Yeah.
in Cromtech is confused.
Oh. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, no. So yeah, after this, we'll kick it in next week. We'll bring in Ben TBD. And we'll start it off with a nice battle between the Bloodbarian and 5 Skeletal Warriors. And they're not going to be the weak run-of-the-mill Skeletal Warriors, just so you guys know. Ben's got a fight coming.
The skeletal remains of fallen warriors, heroes. I don't know.
No, not that in-depth. They're just not going to be weak challenge rating 2.25, whatever that Skeletal Warriors normally are.
No, those are just
Ben
normal
could be
skeletons.
Forward to it. I want to see what this Bloodbarian's capable of.
Holy crap, they have things that move now. Since when did Roll20 put in actual animated creatures?
Sprites.
A little bit ago.
Well, they've always had sprites, but these sprites actually legit move. Kind of neat.
Since they
Yeah,
got more
hang it
money.
up.
Guess. Okay.
Holy shit, they have an actual bestiary for Pathfinder.
They do?
That's yeah.
Where?
Uh,
Holy shit! When did they do this?
That
this
looks
is
pretty
news to me too.
That makes my life so much easier.
Damn.
Yeah, because now we can look up every monster you send at us.
Yeah, I don't have to have like 18 tabs open.
Promise is it's alphabetical. If you want to get past A, you're going to be scrolling for a while.
How do you spell skeleton?
All right, you can just search it.
I was just say I saw a search bar at
Seriously, how do you spell skeleton?
Skeleton.
Why are there no results found for the skeleton?
Human skeleton. Variant skeletons.
What, buddy? Even my kid knows how to spell better than I do. Fuck. You're fine, buddy. Okay. So, that brings an end to the first episode of season 2 of the Tales of Barntome. Next week will be either Wednesday or not at all. Either way, on the next episode, we will see Ben in action for the first time, and against an enemy that he's not actually going to be all that good against. So we'll see how he pulls it off.
I'm sitting with bated breath. I'm digging this arena.
Yeah, it's
figure
pretty
something out.
pretty wowing.
I want to see more people get fucked up by kobolds and goblins and shit.
Okay, so the kobolds were important because they were Sarah and Drusilla dealt kobolds, right?
You guys have fought kobolds 100 times, but they were important because they seemed a hell of a lot stronger than they were supposed to be.
Yeah, but my character may not have interacted with kobolds yet.
Your character isn't the one that saw that. Drusilla's was. Your
Yeah,
character
but
just got
that's-
the announcement that that team won.
But that's not the overall question. I was saying like it. The reason why I wasn't sure. I'm like, wait, should I react to this? Is because it wasn't Comtech who like even knew about kobolds before. It was Sarah, right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so awesome. The only problem is it takes up half my map and I can't make it smaller. How do I make you smaller?
The minus.
You put it in another tab.
You just have multiple roll 20s going.
Except for it apparently loaded Capital One shopping for some reason. That is not what I wanted.
That's what they said you deserved.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Nice. Thank you, Roll20. You're so nice.
Thanks, Canaris plugin. Oh, you didn't hear the R2D2. All right, so you're gonna sign us off now?
Yeah, I just did. That was the whole see you next week or next episode. Wasn't that my send off? Pretty sure I did that.
Oh, I must have missed it. Okay, well, bye.
I wasn't really paying attention.
You guys are